Hey everyone! In today's tutorial, I'm going to revive my tie-dye technique tutorial for a card set using the Birthday Fiesta stamp set from Stampin' Up, as well as the matching Fiesta Time framelits with this adorable llama or alpaca. There's quite a bit of controversy about that. And I'm also going to use some new stamps from a brand new company, new to me, called the Project Bin. Before I get started on the card, I wanted to talk to you about cleaning your Misties just a little bit. There are a line of products that are approved for cleaning acrylic without damaging it, and those are the Novus products. There are Novus 1 and Novus 2. Novus 1 is really a polish. I want to talk to you about the Novus 2. The Novus 2 will remove stains that regular cleaning will not remove. And it actually has kind of a fine polish in it, and you'll see me cleaning the entire lid of the Misti. I put a piece of paper in there so that you could see where the stain on mine was. And I'm cleaning both the outside and the inside of the lid with this. You can also use this to repair fine scratches on eyeglasses, actually. Now, after you've applied the Novus 2, you want to just buff it with a clean side of your cloth. I never really have a clean side, but this is one of those medical washcloths. I'll link you to the video where I talk about those. And now you can see it's clean. It's just like brand new. And that's why this Misti looks like it's brand new, even though it's the one that I use every day, because I'm pretty good about cleaning those up. Now here's the Birthday Fiesta stamp set with the little llama alpaca controversial animal in it. And I have him set up on my original Misti, and I'm using the original here instead of the mini for a reason. You'll see why in just a second. And I have a piece of Strathmore watercolor paper. I'll link to this in my blog post. It's very smooth, and it's pre-cut. And I've inked the llama up in India ink, which is a waterproof ink for watercoloring. I have the cardstock in the corner, and I'm lining up the llama in the corner. Llama alpaca, controversy alert. And then all I'm doing is flipping the cardstock so that I can stamp him again in another corner. And I actually just winged it on the size. I didn't measure it, but I lucked out because 4 llamas will fit on this size watercolor paper. And I'm not stamping this twice, and you will see why. So I'm not over stamping the llamas. And I'm just going to get 4 of them on a page. And I actually think this would be kind of a hilarious card with the 4 of them sort of staring into the center of the cardstock. But now that I have them all set, I'm going to do a little cleanup and get these little guys out of here. So now that I have them stamped, it's time to make them Fiesta worthy. So what I'm going to do is grab some re-inkers. You know my holy trinity: Tempting Turquoise, Melon Mambo, and Daffodil Delight. And I will just squeeze some of each of these colors out onto one of my acrylic blocks. Just a quick and easy palette. And these are dye inks, they're not watercolors. So I'm not truly watercoloring, but getting a watercolor effect with them that I think you will like. And then I have my little mister from Stampin' Up, and I'm just gonna get the watercolor paper wet. This is hot press watercolor paper, so it's a little bit smoother and sort of lends itself to this technique. And all I'm going to do is get some water on there, and I'm using my silver brush, and I'm just going to dab a little bit of re-inker onto my paintbrush, and then just touch that to the wet paper. Add a little bit more water if you don't see the ink blooming like you see here. You really want it to kind of run to give you a good tie-dye effect. So if you don't see it running, just add a little bit more water. You can always come back and make the color a little bit more intense. So don't worry if you add water and it dilutes it just a little bit, because you can bump it up. I'm going to speed this up here and work on the other llamas. I'm just going to work on all 4 of them at once. And I know they look like a little bit of a hot mess right now, but I promise you they will be super adorable when they're done. So I'm dabbing up a little bit of the extra pooled water on here because I want to speed this up with my heat gun. For the second step in this process, it really is important that this cardstock is extremely dry all the way. So if I'd had an extra day, I would have just naturally dried it. But I sped it up with my heat gun, and now I'm certain that it's completely dry. And the reason that you want it to be completely dry is that I am now going to overstamp these llamas. And just make sure that that black outline is as crisp and dark as it can be. Whenever I'm watercoloring or coloring with alcohol markers, I really like to use the Misti and stamp that image again when I'm done coloring, because it just darkens and crisps up that line. You can see how different he is from the other ones just with that one simple step. It's one of the great little benefits of the Misti. And all I have to do is rotate this cardstock again. Since they were all in the corner when they were stamped, it's all going to be perfect. Hard to pick a favorite here. They're all pretty darn cute. Who wouldn't love a rainbow llama? I've actually been tagged in a rainbow challenge by my team member, Jacqueline. I think it was started by my friend Dawn from W+9. And Jacqueline was taking part. And she tagged me. So this is my project for that challenge. And you can read more about that on my blog. So once I'm done overstamping the llamas, I want to put a little decoration on their, I don't know, what is that, a llama poncho? An alpaca poncho? I don't want to offend either the llama or the alpaca camps. So I'm trying to remember to say both. But I just have him lined up in the corner, and I'm going to take my transparency. This is a download from My Sweet Petunia. And I'm going to stamp this flower because I wasn't sure whether it fit on his little blanket when I was just lining the stamp up, and it does. So that's all good. So that little transparency sheet really helps you do a couple little things like this. And now I can decorate his poncho. I mean, I don't know if they really have ponchos. Do llamas and alpacas get cold? I know it's not a saddle, just a little critter blanket. So I'll line each of these up, and I'm going to stamp some different elements on their blankets from this set. I have a wide variety available to me. Some of them go with the papel picado images in the set, which means cut paper. They're those little cut paper pennants that you'll see in Mexican restaurants and restaurants across the Southwest. And I love them. They are colorful, fun, festive decor. And they have little matching stamps and dies that you will see on my finished projects. So I'll grab some of those images, stick them in there, and then there you have 4 super adorable llama alpaca type critters and 4 really quick and fun note cards. I used a variety of sentiments. 3 of these are from the project bin. I will link to that on my blog. And then one of them is from a fabulous new Thankful Thoughts stamp set from the new Stampin' Up! Catalog. So I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. Thanks so much for watching.